You're not going to get the best BMI, but at least your auto attacks are going to really hurt once you scale, assuming that you get there. I don't know if this Beatrix is a hard read from SRG. That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is not a normal pick.
Like, you can consider, like what Husky mentioned, she is kind of a jack-of-all-trades hero, so since they don't really know what Homebois would throw in, they'll just go
in towards this Beatrix in the early game. So expect your junglers to either be going off on an island of their own, or as soon as the Volt Laners are 50% HP, you see them flying across the map to save them.
Yeah, I agree. SRG is going to make sure that Innocent has a great time here, because we all know how painful Beatrix can be once she gets a little bit of a lead. That means they have to be the most careful around the early stages when Amal is going to be flying around on this Fanny.
Yeah, the mid lane dynamic did change with the picks now swapping sides, so now SRG kind of gets that priority to move, and also potentially thanks to Yumes walking up and being able to zone Mao away thanks to the early trade on the turret. We'll see if Homebois can kind of facilitate Udio to have him move around and join these skirmishes early on.
He should be able to get. He should be able to join these skirmishes, but I think the problem right now is they don't know where Homebois is going to be playing from. Right? Are they going to be playing a very supportive style of delaying this game until Soul gets to that critical mass, or are they going to play around Amal as a spearhead to kind of divert attention away from Soul?
Yeah, that's going to be the job of Yumes to make sure he's able to find out. They picked up this Grok to counter the Cho, as you put, Gideon, during the draft. So, as long as he's able to keep an eye on Homebois' rotations, Red Giants will be able to proceed at their own pace. So it is up to the Homebois to see if they can outspeed.
Amal does show up. Massive damage dealt. Muscle Guy's going to respond with his own Tempest Ablaze. First blood not claimed. Sliver of health on both sides, but actually, final hit, I believe, from the minions took him out. First blood again for Homebois.
So sad. So very, very sad for SRG, but great for the Homebois, right? This means that they don't have to worry about the Ling for a little bit, and more importantly, Ling doesn't have his purple buff, so they don't need to worry about him being able to fly across the map.
Yeah, that was a very greedy timing. That has ended up costing Red Giants somewhat. We see Yumes trying to mess with the purple, not able to steal.
Like the penalty zone as Udio going down without any ultimate to work with. Maybe Homebois can respond. Final Slash goes wide. Stolen Final Slash. Stormy stops Amal in his tracks. The cable's damage not sufficient. Stormy gets away. Snipe Brenner does not connect. And when SRG respond with one of their own, but Mao does have to wield the dragon. We'll save it for next time.
Oh man, he felt it. He felt the draft, that bullet whistle right past him. This turtle falls into the hands of SRG, which is great. But now, Innocent, he needs to maintain this lane. He's got that level lead onto Soul for now, but he really needs to kill Soul in lane. If he kills him once in lane, that should be more than enough for him to get at least tier 1 as well as tier 2.
But it's also not an absolutely necessary thing to do. Innocent roaming the mid lane and then using ult to clear the minions mid actually did give him a good amount of gold lead, and that's probably why he's out leveling Soul right now as well. Yume's already in position, is anticipating Amal to maybe go for the gold lane, so Innocent gonna be safe from that.
I mean, essentially the Guardian, right? You protect two people at once. Stormy's gonna feel that pressure a bit. Kick, and Stormy gonna be going to his ultimate. He's fine. The kick's still there though. Crab again, locking two people down with the penalty zone, forcing Udio to go into his own ultimate. Coming out as well. Stormy couldn't get the chase. In fact, top side, Sukai's goes down to Soul.
Ooh, Sky is overextending more than once now and giving Soul a solo kill when he was already behind in lane. That's gonna catch him up to Innocent quite a bit. And this is not what you expect from the Sky Prince.
No, not expected at all. Innocent does get a Sky Piercer this time around to finish off his targets. Really makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder how confident he is in like making this happen. Like, oh, getting one auto attack in shouldn't be that much of an issue.
Well, it's more of, I wonder if it's possible to one-shot someone with the Renner's apathy. Like, could you proc Sky Piercer 100-0 with that one shot?
Oh, find out.
He did miss it, unfortunately.
I mean, give it like 10 more minutes, right? When you get the BOD, and we'll find out soon.
Yume's gonna scout things out. We are definitely gonna see a pivot from the Red Giants now. Sky's already having 2 deaths, definitely can't play as aggressive, so they will most likely focus to playing around Innocent's damage instead, especially with the Sky Piercer, and give Skies a little bit of time to farm back up.
Speaking of which, it looks like Homebois going to be contesting it. They're going to be contesting 4v5? Wait, where is Harris? Wait, where is... Oh, there he is.
Oh, aim out. An attempt, Mao gets a kick away. This should be a kill onto Innocent.
Oh!
Mao charge a bit late from Yumes, out of turret range, so Mao is fine. Backup showing up from SRG. Flicker penny zone, what a catch from Crab. Making sure Mao goes down. Blocked off by the wall, but it's fine. Looking for a retreat right now. To take plenty of damage from A Mao. Crab bobbing, weaving, Stormy keeping him safe. Goes into the stolen ultimate. The Nightmare respawn as Sakai finally shows up to try and take out Fudil. Stunned up by Waf. Sakai wants to go on the chase. They commit onto it. Sakai finally gets the kill. Doesn't go down. A Mao cleans it up and Waf doesn't even die in the process. Scrappy fight from both sides and Waf traded his life. I mean, all of that. So did get bot tier 1.
Absolute chaos coming in from both these teams right now, but we are seeing light from the Homeboys. Amal seems very comfortable on the Fanny, able to jump in and out, punishing both Innocent and Skies, dying for the 3rd time in this game. Red Giants do not have a lead.
It's still rough if you're Yumes, right? The damage from Udio really starting to be felt by the Grog. There's a natural enemy. There's not really an answer to, even with the Radiant armor that he eventually get for himself if he hasn't yet. The protection needs to be granted to Innocent.
For how long though? Because even though they are able to zone people out, right? As long as they have Udil, and especially with that Nightmaric spawn, it's really difficult to kind of like ignore it. It forces you to address the situation.
Gotta somehow address Soul, who has had plenty of free time for the past couple of minutes. Takes the bot tier 1 and now tier 2 gives it over to A Mao. Uncontested, in fact. Now I'm pretty sure he's recovered when you compare him to Innocent.
Yeah, Amal is doing a great job right now. 1 level up on Sky, stealing his orange buff. Sky is no longer strong enough to challenge the 1v1.
Catch Cram first, A Mao shows up. But he just targeted by a flicker kick from Mao. Counter engage with the penalty zone. Great balance rage to go for the kill. Mao goes down, but Stormy follows. Sakai now, it's his turn to join the fight. While being the target, it should be an easy kill for Sakai. SRG finding 2 in the process, and Udio might be next on the menu. A Mao, something to say about it. Flicker from Cram, looks for Udio, swing at the hammer. SRG finding 3.
Oh, you guys wanted entertainment? You guys are getting entertainment. The Homeboys are putting up a fight, a brand new roster against the MSC champions. Currently only 1K network in farming this whole time. They have a genuine chance of bringing this to a game 3.
Speaking of which, I'm hoping that SRG has some means. Oh, did he win that out? Yeah, he did win that red tree out.
A little bit of payback there.
A little bit, but 10 seconds until the Lord actually spawned. So at this point, Homeboys, they just need to do some house cleaning and then eventually just sit right underneath the Lord at that point of time. But we'll see. We'll see. The timers are just not right. 8 seconds to 17. I don't think they can do it within, wait, that's a 7-second, 8-second difference. So I don't think that's going to be enough time to rush it down.
Even Homeboys probably understands that Soul is approaching critical mass, right? He's at the point where he can literally just 2-shot most people on SRG's side, given the freedom that he has. Now even ahead in terms of level 1 compared to Innocent.
Yep, this is looking like a very tight series. Amal even able to get another free tower up top. The mobility of this Fanny allowing him to manipulate the map the same way the Red Giants did to them in game number 1. And Skies has to do housekeeping.
So to keep watching out for Mao as well. Flicker up into a kick. That could change the dynamic of the game. Conceal out from SRG. Looking for an engage, could not find it.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean, Conceal is out and now Homeboys know that they don't have a Conceal. They can still play responsibly. They just need to hover around here for as long as possible. Every minute that passes by is just going to be a little bit more farm that Soul is able to amass.
And Homeboys were waiting for the purple buff to respawn as well, so that Amal would be able to fight with it. Is gonna be able to get it, no problem, making sure to defend the entrances against the Red Giants. Once Amal has this buff, it will be go time. Homeboys will have the freedom to engage, especially if they see Skies in the top lane.
And the tension is palpable, and even Skies can't really man-fight Amal at this point of time. As much as their levels or experience almost the same, Amal definitely having a way better time in this game, forcing Skies to deal with the wave up top, while the rest of SRG dances around the Lord Pit.
Yep, it's a good idea because they're trying to prompt the response out of Homeboys, right? If any of the ults are going to get thrown at Slam or Red Giant, then Cram or maybe even Yubs are going to be the ones that take it. But for now, you can just chill because there's no real reason to walk up yet until it's below maybe 45 to 30% of the Lord's health.
Well, it's getting there. They're gonna start.
Stormy is going to use a Nightmare Respawn, forces Soul to use his ultimate, and they just catch him in the back. Good trigger finger, and Suckeyes wins the Retry fight. And all SRG needs is one moment to tip the scales, two to go down along with it. Amao able to recall back. Cram almost missed us with the hammer, but SRG wrestle back control.
A bit of a positioning mistake here from the Homeboys. It's fine to have Soul whittle down the Lord, but it didn't seem like they were ready to respawn to protect him, and Stormy just chased him down without the Natan. Homeboys is missing a lot of their damage, so they're not going to be able to get that objective.
For now, I mean, if they are going to start looking to crack open these objectives, it's definitely closer to 15 minutes. Because until we see some of these... Wait, hold on. Sakai is going to take his purple. He's going to come around on the top side to take top tier 2. So Homeboys, they need to delay this. They need to either protect their top tier 2 and send somebody down to the bot side.
He did clear out the mid wave, so there's a bit of a desync in the minion wave. Amao, so prepping top side. I think that's where Homeboys want to attack first. Amao's going to lead the charge, but at the same time, SRG will assume that jungle control. Yoom's also being a pain to deal with. That wall making life hard. Penalty zone on Cram, only onto WAP. Follow-up, Bandit's Rage does miss. So Homeboys takes care of the Lord and then proceeds to take care of the minion wave. Very well done.
Kind of surprised Yums didn't go for Soul there. It felt like he was very out of position compared to the rest of his team, and he did have wild charge, but looks like Red Giants have their sights on the tower instead. Will be able to take down the tier 2 up top and continue pressuring lanes.
I mean, even Sakai still feeling the heat from Amao, right? Amao was just looking for an angle. So side lane tier 2s are down. SRG looking for the mid one. This could be a bit harder considering that Soul has cleared out most of the minion waves. So just settle for that. But it's a big goal swing. SRG a 5.3k advantage.
And honestly, not that bloody not as bloody just yet, right? You still have about 10, well, sorry, 10 is a bit of an over-exaggeration. 6 more kills until we get the previous score. But up until then, let's look at the items because I'm seeing BODs already purchases. The Malefic Roar, super important as well. Start cutting through some of the thicker boys.
Innocent already has 3 items, but Soul is actually still slightly ahead of him in terms of farm. So this Natan is still a threat for the Red Giants. The fact that Stormy took him out right at the beginning in that previous fight is the only reason they were able to come out on top. So Homeboys needs to make sure they have a hold on things.
Like a wild charge, and that is follow-up with the penalty zone. Catching the most important target. Zaymao goes down. The guys wants a bit more. Actually, he gets pulled underneath the turret. At least a dash in. He ends up getting traded. I mean, both junglers going down. Not that bad for Homeboys.
Good coordination again, Red Giants. You see the... Oh, wow, look at that damage. Luckily, not low enough to proc the Sky Piercer, or that would have not felt good.
Yeah,
So did build quite some armor.
They have. There's so many things to worry about in this game. Finally, the Winds of Nature is purchased by Innocent just to keep himself alive from Amal, I guess. Wait, Stormy!
Stormy taking so much damage. Whoa! Flicker Jit Kundo! And a good follow-up from Woodil to confirm that kill. Cram with the penalty zone is just not enough. They do lose Mount thanks to Innocent. A good final slash. Waff with the catch. Homeboys respond with 3 of their own.
Yep, Waff being the X factor in this game. Making it tough, and I think this is where we see Homeboys actually start with the comeback.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake from the Red Giants. Stormy got too greedy, and Udil knew the timing was right, but Skies is still gonna try and contest.
And so even forcing out the Tempest of Laser, guys. Not a spot you want to be in. Neymar comes back in time for the second Lord of the game, and Homeboys prepared to make a counter-attack.
Good stuff, good stuff. That's what you want to see from the Homeboys. Decisive action. They could have technically sent somebody to deal with this bottom wave much earlier on, but they said, no, we are blitzing. We need every capable body to protect the Lord Pit at all costs, because it's the only way we're going to be coming back into this game in a reasonable fashion.
Yeah, it was a very fragile balance earlier, but Homeboys have finally managed to crack that door open. and they are keeping themselves in this match. There is a whole Lord for the Red Giants to deal with, and while they have more towers standing than the Homeboys, it's actually not all that much thanks to Amal split pushing the entire game. They can no longer afford to be as greedy as they were.
The rest of Homeboys are awakened, right? Game 1 was a lot primarily about Mao, but we also saw Mao making the play, Udo following up, and even whilst having one of the most crucial moments in that game, in this fight back. Gonna catch Mao though, good Shunpo dodge. And Cram surely sacrifice, final slash, doesn't connect, and Cram somehow gets away, but it's enough to allow Homeboys to escort the Lord in front of the base. At the same time, Udo does get forced away, no Purify in hand, and the snipe doesn't connect. Udo using that ultimate just for security purposes. First inhibitor down for SRG.
This is looking difficult here. A lot of ultimates were used by SRG, but the Lord is gone. Can Homeboys end this?
They're gonna try. The guys, he's already down. Nibiru's passion not enough, so just taps the crystal.